Ale. I am drinking epic drinks, and also we're gonna look at a Dark Magician deck today. I've seen 3 Dark Magicians, so it's already looking pretty grim. Let's get into it. Sorry, I should probably say who it is, but you can read, right? Chaotic Strategies. He's just a small YouTuber, but that's fine. We're just gonna take a look because this is one of the first 10 deck profiles that came out when I searched Dark Magician.
Can't have a Dark Magician deck without our main guy, Dark Magician, right there. Dark Magician Girl in this deck, along with 3 Apprentice Illusion Magicians. If you don't know what she does, you can pretty much special summon her from her hand by discarding a card. Then you can bring a Dark Magician from your deck to your hand if she's normal or special summoned.
So at least in a lot of these profiles where they play 3 Dark Magician, they're at least playing Apprentice. You can kind of see why they're playing it, but again, this just feels like playing the deck in like 2014.
3 Magician's Rods in this deck. Again, Magician Rod is kind of a staple in this deck. It allows you to search into the deck for anything that lists Dark Magician. So,
especially when they're just talking about like Rod, like we know how Rod
very good card to have. And then finally for the Dark Magician setup in this deck, we're running 1 Palladium Oracle Mahad and 1 Palladium Oracle Mana. So Mahad pretty much,
wow.
if you draw into him,
this man
you get
wants
to special
to
summon him right away.
This guy really likes playing a lot of bricks. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 being the Dark Magician Girl. 6 bricks, but I bet you this guy won't play Red Eyes Fusion or Red Eyes or Anaconda. Playing those cards is too bricky. I play pure list. I'm an intellectual Dark Magician player. I play 17 cards that don't fucking do anything. That makes me a better player. Fuck. I could be way off, but that tends to be the mindset behind these kind of people.
Also run 1 Spellbook Magician of Prophecy. Allows us to get into our spellbook cards, just kind of as more draw being able to get into the deck. And then I'm running 3 Wind Witch Ice Bells, along with 2 Wind Witch Glass Spells.
What's funny is Blue Boy drawing Spellbook of Secrets and then Spellbook of Knowledge drawing you 2. You're just gonna draw until like your 17 bricks. I mean, you might draw Mahad. Ooh!
And 1 Wind Witch Snowbell. So if you guys don't know what the Wind Witch engine does, pretty much you can special summon Wind Witch.
We know what it does. It makes Crystal Wing and passes.
500 life points. And then you also get a free search for Glass Bell. Glass Bell hits the field, you get another free search. And then you can special summon Wind Witch Snowbell onto the field as long as you control 2 Wind Witches on the field. And then you can run into your synchro plays from there.
Man said synchro plays like it's not just Crystal Wing pass. Don't get me wrong, this stuff was really good in Dark Magician. Once again, in 2014. Not today. Not today. If Invoke decks and shit aren't playing this shit's garbage. Like, it's just straight up just that simple. Anyway, you can play whatever the fuck you want though, so let's keep going.
I also run 2 hand traps of 2 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring.
Hey, I just casually run 2 hand traps.
Just to kind of keep my opponent at bay if they end up going first. Okay, and that takes care of the monsters in the...
I don't know why, but that's so funny to me. It's like I play 17 bricks. Oh, hand traps, only 2. Don't want to brick on the cards that interrupt my opponent. No. We don't brick on those.
Moving on to spells, we're running 3 Dark Magical Circles. Of course, again, kind of a staple within this deck. Running 3...
Kind of a staple. Why do Dark Magician players insist on playing 3 copies of the cards that don't do anything? Or just... singular cop. Oh my god. Soul 7 and 3 is great. Circle of 3, like, what the fuck are you doing?
3 Soul Servants. And I'll probably catch a lot of flack for this, but I'm also running 3...
Oh. 3 Eye of Timaeus. May I ask you a question, sir? Why? Okay, I get it. This is an anime build. There is no other explanation for why this guy is playing the deck this way. The fact that he's not playing the Red Eyes stuff, crazy. Crazy that you can justify playing this deck with 17 other bricks. I reckon if we counted up his deck, there's probably 17 bricks. No cap. We'll look at the end and we'll actually tally them up. Anyway, stick around for that. I think it'll be fun.
Eye of Timaeus in this deck. Now, of course, Eye of Timaeus can't really be searched. That's why I'm running 3 in this deck. And once I get to the extra deck, you guys will see why I'm running 3 Eye of Timaeus in this deck. Running 1 Dark Magic Attack, 1 Called by the Grave, 1 Dark Magic Inheritance, and 1 Metaflow's Fusion. Metaflow's Fusion is kind of a one-off, but it does help quite a bit.
Okay.
I don't use Metaflow's Fusion for the first part its effect. The only thing I use Metaflow's Fusion for is its secondary effect. So whenever it's in the graveyard, you can shuffle it back into your deck and then draw a card. So it's just another way to kind of get.
If he's not
back
playing
into
Foolish
your deck to
Burial
keep
Goods,
drawing
though, why is he
what you
playing?
need to draw. And then I'm also running 1 Spellbook of Secrets, 2 Spellbook of Knowledge. Again, just more draw power to keep getting into the deck, keep shuffling the deck so you can keep getting into cards that you need. And then I got a couple spell cards.
You're gonna
here
draw
from the
anything
newest
you need in
set.
this
The
deck.
first one is going to be Piercing the Darkness.
Oh,
Piercing
fuck
the Darkness
off.
is if you normal special summon a non-token normal monster, except during the damage step, you can draw 1 card. When an attack is declared involving an opponent's monster and a monster you control that is level 5.
Why? I need to stop pausing it, because holy shit, but I'm just crying. This is crazy.
Or higher normal monster, or was ritual summoned using a normal monster, or is fusion, synchro, or exceed.
Don't get me wrong, this deck looks fun to play, but fun in the sense of like versing someone else playing Blue Eyes with the same caliber, like just chock-a-block full of fucking anime garbage. In a casual environment, even like this would just fucking do nothing. Like, Jesus, I can't wait to. I'm gonna make this deck and run test hands, and it's gonna be so much fun.
Be summoned using a normal monster as materia. You can make that monster you control gain attack equal to that opponent's monster's attack until the end of the turn. You can only use each effect of Piercing the Darkness once per turn. This is a very dirty card for this deck, especially since it's a continuous spell, because being able to get into any of.
I got a second drink. It's vanilla Coke.
Our Dark Magician fusion monsters like Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, Dark Magician the Dragon Knight, pretty much any of them, we're going to be using a normal Dark Magician card to get into those. So we're able to stack our opponent's attack points onto our own monster, whichever one that may be, and just make it a nasty, nasty beat stick using that card. And then the last spell in this deck is a new field spell card that this card got in the newest set, which is Magician's Salvation. So when this card is
Thank
activated,
God
you
he's
can set
playing
one
one.
Eternal Soul directly. So that's it for the spells in this deck, and we have just a few traps that we're running in this deck. Of course, 3 Eternal Souls, and then 1 Magician's Navigation in this deck. Again, that Magician's Navigation is just great for a
I
quick
think we've
play
hit
stopper when it's in the
17
graveyard.
bricks.
Okay, and
No
moving
cap.
on to the extra deck. I'm going to start with all of our Dark Magician fusion monsters.
We're gonna pause here, and I'm gonna make his deck list real quick, and then we're gonna have a laugh at it together. Okay, I only just realized he's not playing Magician Souls. He's at 43 cards, and there's at least 17 bricks in here. Would you like me to point them out for you? Okay. Now, to be fair, I didn't tick off all the circles in Eternal Soul, though they kind of do nothing on their own as well. But more to the point, like, it's Dark Magician, so we have to play them. I play them at 1 or 2, so I'm like, cool, I'll just, like, leave them at 2, that's fine. But everything else here that's ticked basically does nothing by itself. It's not a starter, more or less. So yeah, you can see there's a lot of cards, and not playing Magician Souls makes this deck infinitely worse. Let's do some test hands. I don't know what better way to make this deck worse than test it out. Well, this hand gets to Crystal Wing. I haven't put Crystal Wing in the extra deck, but it gets to Crystal Wing because we open Ice Spell. But that's about it. So it's Crystal Wing, pass. Alright, this hand gets to, yep, it doesn't do anything. It sets Soul Serpent and it passes. And Called by the Grave. Alright, we've got another amazing hand. This hand doesn't do anything. You pass once again. Okay, this hand is interesting. Well, surprisingly this hand got slightly better. We made it to Crystal Wing Ash. That's 2 interruptions. Woohoo! That's better than I thought. Alright. Well, this hand gets to Crystal Wing Blue Boy. Piercing the Darkness doesn't really do anything, but that's why I say it's trash. Just play Upstart Goblin, bottom text. It doesn't matter what order I do this in because it's just gonna go to the graveyard for a cost anyway, I believe. I don't think this sends for cost. I should know, I've played the card. Yeah, I don't think it does. That's pretty good. Hey, you know what? We actually drew into stuff that is okay. Like, we can at least make Crystal Wing here with Dark Magician, Pierce the Darkness. Like, it's okay. Alright, this is looking like a pretty big yikes, but you know what? It might be okay. It might be okay. We're probably gonna get rid of this. Fuck that off. Like, the fact that he's not playing Souls and he's playing 3 Eye of Timaeus is so weird. It's like, what? That at least would justify playing it to some degree. Yeah, we go for Blue Boy because we don't have a normal. I have not played the Spellbook engine in so long. Like, it feels kind of nice, surprisingly, but I still think Normal Summoning Rod is just too good, you know. At this point, you make your Anaconda and you pass. We could have set cards off Circle to grab, but I'd rather grab random shit at this point. Wow, that would have been good, but this is on the field. It sucks. Feels bad, man. Well, you hate to see it. Next hand. Hey, Crystal Wing called by Ash? That's pretty good! Crystal Wing called by Ash. This is the best hand this deck spat out. Like, these two cards do nothing. Like, if there were anything else, they'd be way better. These could be fucking, like, literally Jar of Greed, and they'd be better than what they are currently. Like, Jesus. Yo, this hand's actually nice, but it doesn't have a way to Dark Magician. Oh, it might. Let's find out. We could still grab Salvation. I think you honestly just grab a second Soul Servant for next turn. Oh, we don't send... Oh, I'm so used to Anaconda sending stuff to the bin, so this is live turn 1. This is not live. How do you use this card without Anaconda and, like, Souls? I don't understand. This card's so good with them. Without it, it's dog shit. I tried to link it to Artemis, but I have no extra deck. Alright, we draw in 2. I probably should have changed Soul Servant here. Actually, there's nothing I really want to draw. Of course. Of course, we draw into freaking book. Alright, next test hand. This is okay. We've got Called by the Grave. So this basically can always get Salvation. I guess no, we grab Circle because we've got a... Yeah, we've got Soul Servant. So no, we go Circle. Opponent won't Ash it because, you know, that's stupid. Chain Soul Servant. And at least we can go for Salvation here. I think it's always best to go for Salvation. And it's like, oh damn, we can have Dark Magician. We ain't doing that. Give me Salvation. Oh god, why did I do that? Oh, it's fine. This is gonna shuffle it off anyway. Alright, we get Eternal Soul. Imagine if we had Souls in the hand here. We could send this to draw and then activate this garbage card, maybe. It's probably not worth it. This is like, okay. This is like still like 2014 Dark Magician. I'll look at one last hand. Oh, it's fucking disgusting and does nothing. Alright, I think you get my point. This deck is not good. Extra deck time.
In this deck, 1 Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight, 1 Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, 1 Dark Cavalry, and 1 Dark Paladin in this deck. So I pretty much have everything.
I don't know why people want to play Dark Paladin. It's just because it was in the anime. Like, Dragoon is literally a retrain of Dark Paladin. If you can't see that, like, look at these cards, dude. It's literally just the new Dark Paladin, but way better. Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight's a good card, but you don't need more than one. And he's not playing the Dark Magicians, which, like, I don't give a fuck. I think that card's overrated, but it's instead playing, like, DMG, the Dragon Knight, and Dark Cavalry. Some Duel Links fucking cards, and even then they're trash.
Set up depending on what I'm going against.
Cavalry's
against
pretty
Dragon
good
deck like a Blue Eyes.
Actually. Oh, he's talking about using Dark Paladin to beat Dragon decks.
Red Eyes Dark Dragoon helps us with a lot of problem decks. Same with Dark Cavalry, but our main staple is going to be Dark Magician.
He just put Dragoon and Dark Cavalry on the same wavelength. He's like, Dragoon helps with a lot of decks. So does Dark Cavalry. Bruh. Like, man's weighing these cards the exact same. That is so bizarre.
The Dragon Knight, obviously, because his name is Dark Magician, just like I said on the field, he's protected, and he protects all of our back row cards too that we need since we're running pretty heavy, consistent spell and trap cards.
Consistent spell and trap cards. I just ran some test hands, and let me tell you, they ain't consistent spell and traps.
So that's all the fusions for this deck. For our Wind Witch targets, we have Wind Witch Winterbell, Clear Wing Synchro Dragon, and Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. And
at least his ratio on the Wind Witches is right.
Norito, the Moral Leader, just another way to keep my opponent from playing back row. You know, if I get caught into a pinch, I can use him, discard 1 material off of him, and negate a spell or trap card that they play. Number 11 Big Eye, in case they got beat, stick out on the board, and I
Whoa, guys, Team Sam told me I can play Big Eye and then take a card and overlay it into this. Please try this combo out.
want to take it, I can use number 11 to do that. Still running a Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, so in case I'm going up against a deck
I like Flare Metal. I like Flare Metal, but it feels like playing rank 7s just sucks right now, like straight up.
Link monsters.
He's running 2 Link monsters. Oh, I've already seen one. So we know one's Wee-Witch. What is the bet? The other one is not Artemis. It's gonna not be Artemis. So what would it be? Put your predictions in. I predict it's gotta be Spellcaster, like Dark Magician based. He's not playing Soul, so it's not like Relinquished Animal or Link Karibo, so it's gotta be like a Link 2 or 3. He could be playing Blackluster Soldier, but I think that's too expensive here. This is more a casual, cheap build besides the Dragoon. So, what's it gonna be? If it's not BLS, it's not Link Karibo or Relinquished Anima. Maybe it's Celine? I'm feeling Celine, or Tour Guide from the Link 2 Tour Guide, or whatever it's called. I think that could be an option too. Or maybe he's playing that Link 2 that's like vanilla monster, two normal monsters. It's really bad. But anyway, let's find out.
And one Boral Sword Dragon.
Oh, what? I was not expecting Boral Sword. Okay. Like, you're never gonna make this. Bro, this deck struggles to summon. This deck struggles to exist. When are you getting the Boral Sword?
I chose Boral Sword. I just think he's a much better option.
Then what?
Than Boral Load for this deck. Being able to target and being able to attack twice, just a much better option, I think, than Boral Load. And then last but not least, I also have my 15-card side deck, so nothing real spectacular
what could you
here,
possibly
just more stuff where I can do different things within the deck depending on what I'm going up against. I have another Magician Navigation.
Oh yeah, you know those matchups where you're like, damn, if only I had my trusty second navigation, I would have won, but I sided it out.
One Future Fusion, Dark Magic Twin
What
Bird.
the fuck? This card is errated and garbage.
A Magicalized Fusion, which I'll show you guys why.
Why is Magicalized in the side? Play Magicalized in the main. Why would you side it? You're like, yes, a matchup where I would like to now use Magicalized. People just get a side deck and they're just like, this is all cards I wanted to main deck, but I know that going over 40 cards is bad. Like, you're at 43 cards, man. Just go up to 60. Who the fuck cares? Clearly the deck is for fun. Or it has to be, like, at this point. If this man's actually playing with this deck, I don't know how. Like, you would get bored playing this deck in 5 minutes because you'd realize you can't make a play half the games.
I have that cited here in a minute. Magician's Combination.
What?
One Bond.
You don't just... This is not a side deck. This is not a side deck. This is your binder. This is your binder full of your other Dark Magician cards that you're like, look guys, these are Dark Magician cards. They're not as good, so I don't play them. What the fuck?
One Between Teacher and Student. One Dark Burning attack.
No wonder people don't know what a side deck is or how to
Secret
build
Village of
one.
Spellcasters. I run that again in case
This is the best card we've seen in here. And by the way, these are all one-ofs. That's super fucking weird and very anime.
I'm going up against somebody heavy with spells and traps. Having that on the board.
What does traps have to do with it?
With a spellcaster on my side of the field allows them to not be able to play those. Second, Palladium Oracle.
Second Mahad. You ever just go, damn Yugi, I would have beat you playing your zombie deck, but I didn't have my trusty second Mahad. Game 2, I'm siding it in. Oh, I top decked it. I beat over your Plague Spreader zombie for 5k. What the fuck? This is just his binder.
One Cyberstein. I know he's a little...
You can't change my mind. This is just his binder.
different, but he's also a dark monster, and I can pay 5,000 life.
This is unironically the best card in his side deck. Village and Cyberstein are the best cards in his side deck. Pay 5,000 life points, summon Dragoon. This is his Red Eyes Fusion. This is his copy, and it's in the side at 1.
I have one Mech Knight
God.
Crusadia Aramax. One Crowley, the First Profiteer.
What?
One Saruja Skull Dread. One Wind Witch Diamond Bell. Just to
This
get my
is
Wind
not
Witch
a
as
side
another target if I
deck.
need to. And then for the last card in my side deck, I run one Quintet Magician.
No. Alright, we're stopping the video there. Thank you for watching, but videos like this are just struggling to educate any new player or anyone trying to play Dark Magician. Like, why would you call this a side deck? Please don't do that. That is really unhelpful for everyone involved. Calling that a side deck, what we just watched a side deck, not only tells people you're a fool and you don't understand what a sideboard or a side deck is, it also shows that you are okay with just telling your viewers, hey, this is how you build a side deck. Get a bunch of one-ofs that you want to play, but you didn't make room for, and you just slap them in. This is by far the worst video, the worst Dark Magician profile I've ever seen. And look, if this is casual, I don't give a fuck. This is still the worst casual deck I've seen ever. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Wow. Please do not make content anymore. Thanks. Bye. I'm gonna go cry myself to sleep. That was depressing as fuck.